Okay.
Welcome to the National Chumps podcast. I'm your boy Bird. I'm Rev.
And I'm done.
Yeehaw.
Hello and welcome to National Chumps Season 2, Episode 6. A little different look for you guys today. We figured we'd do a little Saturday night recap after today's action. We'll talk about how we did over the weekend because somebody did really, really bad again. We'll talk about Florida's flop in the swamp. We'll talk about how Oklahoma still sucks. I don't care if you think otherwise. They still suck. We'll talk about how Oregon absolutely obliterated Mike Gundy's squad in Eugene. Give a little Heisman update, a little top 10 action, and then we'll finish with the best mascots in sports, little Mount Rushmore draft. How we doing, boys?
Doing great. I just want to say one thing and one thing only. Great week for Alabama. They needed it. I'm excited to see how next week goes.
Wow.
Maybe they should play in Conference USA so they can beat somebody 73-0 each week.
I'd be okay with it.
But I'm feeling pretty good. Vanderbilt kind of gave me a little bit of run for my money in the first half. But it was a good little comeback there against Virginia Tech, and Michigan losing, not fantastic, but we'll get more to that in a bit.
You know what?
You'll see.
You know what
Kepler in
really
the background
grinds my
here. I'm
gear?
sorry, guys. I don't know.
Grind your gears,
What grinds your
Jacob?
gears?
All the picks that I made this week that lost in the fourth quarter in the last 3 minutes.
You did pick mainly
Like
dogs.
Virginia, for one, losing to NC State,
Tough.
and SMU losing to Baylor.
That one sucked.
Oh my God. Both teams up by 14 to 20 points at one point at halftime.
SMU was up by 14 points with 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Their collapse really pissed me off.
Man, tell me about it. I thought I finally gave the people a good, solid parlay with a decent little payout. So I'm going to get you through the morning slate. And what does SMU do? They talked all this kicker, this Rogers kid. Pretty good, right? No, not very good. Not very good. Kicking was bad today in college football. Kicking was bad.
The only reason I'm positive today is because UCF upset Florida.
USF.
Yeah, USF.
I think the golf course is still getting to you a little bit.
Hey, when you hit 360, you got to live.
It does help. That does help.
Wouldn't know the feeling. Wouldn't know the feeling.
Me neither.
Fairway Finder 7-iron guy here.
For sure. So let's do a little picks recap. All right. Last weekend, I gave out Illinois money line. Yeah, check it off. I gave out NC State money line. Check it off. And then on the podcast, because we did it on Sunday, the line was 10.5. It went all the way down to 8.5. I don't think I've ever been so pissed off before in my life because I took it at 8.5. And Kentucky just kicks the absolute surrender field goal. Spare me we got to get points. You need the touchdown. The touchdown's the hardest one to get because if you kick the onside kick, at least you're within field goal range at that point.
I actually completely disagree with that strategy. I think you take the points when you can get them, and then go for broke at the end. Because if you go for broke before the onside kick, then you're already putting yourself in a hole and you have no chance. At least you give yourself a chance with 3 in the onside kick.
Yeah, well, it costs me money.
At least Lane Kiffin apologized to the bettors out there. You know, he was thinking about Austin Dunham in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Without a doubt.
You could just feel your sense of disbelief when that happened. My picks this week were SMU money line. We just touched on that game. Dave Aranda and the Baylor Bears just found a way to come back, and SMU could not find a way to finish the game. And then I took Michigan, a little bit of a homer pick, was going pretty bold on that plus 164. But I stand by it. I like the pick. It just Michigan didn't look ready for that Brent Venables defense. And Oklahoma on that last drive just really, really finished the game, ran the football really well, gave it to Blaylock. And regardless of what you might think about Oklahoma, I think that Mateer kid's pretty damn good.
Yeah, he played pretty well.
He's
I didn't
a good
spend a lot of
quarterback.
time watching that game because I was busy watching what was going on in Starkville, which was way more fun.
Yeah,
That game was way
for
more
sure.
fun.
But Mateer threw the ball well. They have a linebacker that transitioned to tight end this year. That was pretty cool to see. He did well, but it was a good game. Norman was rocking. I think Kirk Herbstreit said it best. He hasn't heard that place sound like that in a super long time. So maybe Oklahoma should get a little bit more credit than I think. However, I still think that when they get into that thick of the SEC schedule, they just won't be one of the most competitive teams. But it's hard to say still. It's still really early, and I think a lot of these teams are still trying to figure something out. But Michigan proved that they weren't ready. And then UNLV had an absolute monster first half of the ball game. Let Nico and UCLA right back into the second half, but Nico again just can't come through in the clutch, and UNLV makes me 1-2 on the week for the pod picks. So, and they were plus money. So, if you're listening, plus money is harder to get than Dunham's minus 170 picks that he always puts in every week, and his
154.
teasers that go down to
154, all
plus
right.
119.
The teaser
So,
lost. Thanks, Florida.
I try to go a little bit more bold because I like to be that way, but Dunham likes to play it safe.
You don't know nothing
Hey,
about
make money.
bold, bro.
I don't
You
know
don't know
nothing about bold.
Yeah, go ahead,
No,
Bird.
You
Go ahead.
told us you wanted
Okay.
Alabama money line.
Eat
on
more
your-
mushrooms.
You don't know anything about fucking bold.
Hey, can I get Alabama and BYU money line, please?
Alabama's
that on the
money line
graphic?
didn't
Yeah,
even
I wish I could
qualify.
have because they'd have both won and I'd have been 2-1 at least. Okay.
Hey,
I
BYU
went
still
with
got a fighting chance.
I went with I'm not a big over under spread guy. I can't figure it out right now. Okay, so I went Iowa money line. We see how that went. That's
I
a
don't know why you did
loss.
that. I don't know why you did that.
I like to be different, Dunham. All right.
He's bold. He's bold.
He's bold.
He's different,
Okay.
all right.
And then I went with Kansas money line. Had a great first half. I thought they could pull it out. Bo Prabula took the game over.
He's
Missouri
a dog.
by Bo Prabula dog.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Missouri looked pretty good today.
What was the final? They won by
42-31.
Yeah,
I think.
42-31, but there was there was two explosive plays in the last 5 minutes that kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah. And then my final pick was BYU over 46.5, and they're up 14-0 at halftime. So
You never know. Archie and
Another-
company with Texas had a big quarter. You never know. Just take the
another
quarter.
week 0-3 for the Bird. Whatever you do, fade Bird. That's the common theme here.
Yeah, what are we doing this week? Are we doing TikTok dances till you get 1,000 views?
I thought it was 100 likes.
100 likes.
I like 100 likes a little bit more.
I like 100
I would
likes as well.
love to see Jaybird get on those trends.
You know,
Yeah, I can't wait to see
and
those hips move.
it's okay.
Nothing beats a Jaybird holiday. There's got to be something with that.
Wow. Thankfully, I feel like I'd be pretty good on the dancing part. The hips don't lie, you know. So I think I might be okay on this trend. I think I might make it at least 4 or 5 days. till
I'll
we
give
get
you a
there.
like. I'll give you a like.
Yeah, I'll toss you a like, Bird. No problem. I'll toss you one. I'll make sure the kids
Thanks.
follow along and toss you a couple more.
Yeah,
Shout out to
I
the
do
kids.
have more than 100 kids in all 5 of my classes. So
You got a shot.
if
There's a
all of them
chance.
are told to like it in PE class, we might just get it in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay, especially if we make it for a grade.
Going through the picks that we put out on Instagram, Rev, you had Ohio plus 3.5. Yep, cross it off. You bet.
And I did tell Jaybird too. I would be inclined to sprinkle the money line there.
Can confirm.
Ohio did look pretty good. They're a good MAC team and took care of West Virginia.
You also have Michigan plus 5.5. Not quite. Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. UNLV money line. Absolutely. Florida minus 17.5. We'll get to it in a second.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You had
Man,
UAB and Navy over 58.5. It was close last time I looked. What did they finish at?
I don't know. I turned it off at 38-24, and it was like halfway through the third quarter. But I think it was with 11 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second, where it was 21-21. So it was already at 42 points, and I was taking that check to the pay window. And really, that game was really interesting because it had 2 weather delays. So they had like 4 breaks in this game. And it started to make me kind of sweat a little bit because I'm like, man, these offenses are rolling in the first half. It came into the second half. It was 24-24, like halfway through the third. I'm like, this is not the same game. Weather's a little different, but Trent Dilfer and the boys and Horvat from Navy, man, that cat can run the football. He's awesome to watch. That Navy offense was fun today. And it was just a fun little electric first half, and seemed like anytime they touched the ball, both teams scored. Jaden Kitna, what a beast. He's got a great frame, and I could honestly see him being a late round pick in the NFL draft, especially learning from one of the best in Trent Dilfer.
Well, and genetics play a huge role there.
Oh, absolutely. John Kitna's offspring. Yeah. You gotta love it.
That helps. How about the other service academy today? They lose to Tarleton State last week in double overtime. Bounce back today against Kansas State. Army Golden Knights beat Kansas State. The Kansas State woes continue.
Thank goodness. The only reason I'm excited about that Army win is because if they win out the rest of the season, it helps my bracket.
It potentially could help your bracket. Potentially, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're washed. They're not making the bracket. It's okay. I know.
Rev, you also had Vandy money line, and then you had the parlay.
Pavia, baby. Yeah, parlay hurts, man. The parlay hurts.
That was the real kick.
Like
SMU literally had the game in hand, running 4-minute offense, and they can't get it done. Like what?
I had to leave the house for a bit.
Yeah, I
really did. Like, my wife was wondering why I was so upset. I tried to explain it to her, and she understood. She maybe didn't understand why I was so upset, but she understood I was upset. And holy cow, it just made me sad. I couldn't believe it.
To lose money.
Well, I mean, yeah, but just pathetic. Because it was a double blunder with it being on my pod picks too. Thought I was going to have to do the punishment, but then I remembered Jaybird's here, so don't have to. Do that.
We're good.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you guys. Okay, so you don't have to do anything stupid.
And we love you for it.
We love that. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just wait till next week when I'm picking fucking minus 10,000. Okay,
I'll take the other side.
Yeah, just tell me what you're picking, and I'll go the other way.
I'm picking USF.
I would say you did put a late bet in on USF, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. They were plus 1,000 when I put it in. Last 2 minutes of the game, they had the ball, and then Florida, 2 big mistakes, pass interference when they were on the 15.
Yeah, that was ugly.
And then unsportsmanlike conduct, taking a book out of the Eagles playbook.
Why are we spitting on dudes?
What's wrong with that?
Talk to
a season. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure they've been cooped up.
I'm glad they did it because my $2 turned into 20.
That's right.
And now you get to bet it on the NFL tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. I had Illinois money line. They really pulled away late from Duke. That game was over. Luke Altmaier was really, really impressive today.
Yeah, Illinois looked really good. I was really impressed with them because that was kind of the game I was watching this morning.
Up until halftime, Duke was getting after him though.
Oh yeah,
He
For
got
sure.
hit a bunch today. Altmaier got hit, I felt like every other play.
Yeah.
Just hung in there and made throws. He played really, really well today. Then I had Iowa State money line, the Battle of the Cyhawk. I hate watching this game every year. This game sucks every year. It's like
it's the same shit every year. You might as well just watch the last 2 minutes.
I saw something on Reddit
Take
today.
the
Like this
under.
game will finish 16-14 in the most unconventional way possible. I also had NC State money line. They pulled away late. Ole Miss
Gross.
8.5 was the one that sucked. Mizzou minus 6.5. Cash that one. Bo Perbula is a dog. And then the 13-point teaser didn't pay off because Florida shit the bed. So let's talk about it. Let's
What
talk
a
about
flop
it.
in the swamp, man.
God, man, it was
Flop
brutal.
in the swamp, but hey, Byron Brown. We're talking about him 2 weeks in a row, over 250 yards in the air, 70 yards on the ground. Like if
Heisman contender.
you're Miami, your game plan next week runs around stopping Byron Brown. And if you're worrying about anything else, you're losing. Like you're given the opportunity for USF to potentially beat 3 ranked opponents in a row
to start the season.
Like, and after looking at their schedule, I could see them if they win against Miami. I think they win out.
Yeah, who's going to beat them in the conference?
Not Rice, I'll tell you that.
I mean, but there's always somebody that sneaks up on you.
I was going to say, you never know when you lay an egg. I mean,
There is.
Do they play Tulane? I have not looked at their schedule.
No, I don't think
They would
so.
play them in the American Championship probably if they got there.
Probably.
Well, and the thing is, like, if you are USF and you beat Miami, or even if you lose to Miami next week and finish out the season without another loss, you're probably that Power 5 team. Like at this point, your resume is good enough now. I don't think it matters where Florida finishes. I think Florida is going to find a way to be a top 25 team by the end of the year still. You look at they beat Boise State last week. That one might not be as big of a win by the end of the year. But still, they're going to end the year playing, they're going to have to play Navy. That's going to be a tough game. They're going to have to play UAB on the road. Like they go to Navy and then to Birmingham back-to-back weeks. But if they win the race, they're going to be okay. It's going to be a shootout both games.
Well, the craziest part is I was thinking about it today is like this season's starting to feel like 2007. Like way back when like Kansas was ranked number 1 at one point, USF was ranked number 1 at one point. That was the year that number 2 team in the country got upset like 6 straight weeks in a row. It's starting to have that feeling like we're back in 07 a little bit where it's kind of wide open again. And I kind of like it. Like if USF ends up beating Miami next week and they win out, they're not the number 12 team in the playoff. They're going to end up being like number 5, number 6.
They're probably going to get a bye because I don't think anybody else is going to finish undefeated this year.
Could you imagine USF finishing undefeated and they get a bye?
Or they're the one.
That'd be insane. That'd be crazy. But I mean, you beat Florida, you beat Miami. You earned it. You absolutely earned it.
Yeah, 100%. And, when I think about USF, we talked about them last week as potentially being one of those long shot teams that could pull this upset. Like they have the quarterback. The coach is clearly a guy who does not give up on anything. He runs a great program down there. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'm sure it was said at least 50 times on the game today, but I wasn't necessarily tuned in when I have 4 screens going on at once, which is also a great feeling.
I love YouTube TV for that.
To have so much football on my screen on Saturday and Sunday tomorrow is just, it makes my heart so full. But, this is a team that is really solid. Their defense looks good today. They ran the ball well. Anytime Florida tried to throw a punch, it didn't matter. They absorbed it and fought back the entire time. That's a gritty ass team down there in South Florida, and they're gonna continue to make noise the next couple of weeks,
without
especially if
doubt.
they beat Miami.
I mean, DJ Lagway was 23 of 33 for 222 yards and a touchdown. He missed 5 or 6 of those throws. Like of those 10 incompletions, he missed 5 or 6. He had the one in the end zone on the tight end pop that he overthrew. There was 2 receivers in the area with 1 defender. He missed that throw. And then there was one on third down when they were in the middle of 4-minute offense that he missed over the middle of the field. Like I said it in the group during the game, I was like, he has to hit these throws. Like he has to. Now, he's still only 19 years old, like still developing. That's a big moment, big game. It's tight. Like you're playing probably a little tight, not very loose. He still has all of the mechanics and the capabilities for Florida to be a very good team, but he just did not play very, very well tonight. And then Florida killed themselves with penalties on the final drive. Like that was brutal to watch.
Yeah, and if the game's left up to a Grammatica, you're gonna lose. It's just how it is.
Kid doesn't miss.
But I think we should start talking about the next. I wouldn't really say next upset, but it was a marquee game. Oklahoma, 5.5-point favorites. I'm just saying they still suck. I kind of agree with you. I kind of disagree. Probably because they beat my team. But like I said, Norman was rocking. It was a great game. Michigan just didn't look very good. The Oklahoma defense came very well prepared against a freshman quarterback, and it showed. And it showed big time.
Venables was ready to go. He was like, finally, I get a freshman quarterback that I get to pick on. And he didn't miss that opportunity. I mean,
No,
Underwood, let's see. Underwood was 9 of 24 for 142 yards. They gave the ball to Justice Haynes 19 times for 125. He averaged 6.5.
Michigan had one play the whole game that was good. And it was the 75-yard touchdown run to start the second half.
Yep.
That got me all excited. I was thinking, hey, we're right back in this thing. 5.5 is right there for me. But it just didn't come to fruition. Oklahoma came with a game plan to make Bryce Underwood uncomfortable as hell, and they executed it to perfection. And now that Venables is calling the defense at Oklahoma, maybe the Sooners defense does look a little bit different against these other big teams that they're going to have to go up against all year. Now, I think there's still a lot to prove, but if he's calling the shots on defense and he did that against Michigan tonight, which is always has a great offensive line, always a great running game, you take out that 75-yard run, that's a 24-6 football game.
Yeah. Does OU play Texas?
Yeah,
they have to.
Red River rivalry, bro.
Yeah.
Every year.
When is it? Yeah, but it's the end of the year.
No.
It's at the end of the year. It's usually around week 8.
I would say it's usually. I think we're 2 or 3 weeks away from it.
Let's see here.
That's going to be a good game.
Texas State Fair, usually end of September.
October 11th at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that game. I hope Venables.
I'm hammering the under.
I would too.
Both teams suck.
Yeah, I would see how Venables does against Arch Manning. I still don't think the Arch Manning hype is real. I don't think he's that good. I don't think their offense is that good. I think they struggled against San Jose State up until middle of the third quarter.
It was the first quarter they rattled off like 4 straight touchdowns in the first quarter, and then they didn't score again.
But exactly. It's San Jose State.
Yeah,
Not a great program.
I don't even think Texas
is a dog, though. I love me some Ken Niumatalolo.
So let's get into this Oregon game, please. We got an Oregon guy here.
Oregon just scored again, boys.
Again?
It might be 1,000-3 at this point.
It's currently 76-3.
I mean, you want to talk about just an absolute ass kicking from the get-go. I loved every second of this football game.
I'm sure you did.
every
It probably helped too that you went on another podcast earlier this week that's called All Locked In on Oklahoma State
Yes.
as the Oregon guest, and their host Cody was telling you that Oklahoma State might have a chance to shut them down a little bit. He was predicting, I think, what did he say, a 34-20, 34-17 kind of football game.
Yeah.
And wow, far from the truth. Far from reality.
it.
Yeah, I think my final score prediction was like 54-21. Like I expected
You
Oklahoma State.
expected 21 points from Oklahoma State?
Well, I told him like our young cornerbacks and DBs communication struggles at the beginning of the year, and so I figured there might be a busted coverage at some point to lead to a touchdown, and then they would probably have one or two drives where they end in points.
Not
There was
one.
one busted coverage all day, and it didn't end in a touchdown because Flores ended up throwing across his body, and so the ball just floated forever. And Oregon's defense is so fast. I think
The
that's
whole
one thing
team
that
is
I'm
fast.
well, like last year and years past, like the linebacking core has not been very fast. They can tackle, but they're not insanely fast. And the corners are just okay. They don't have incredible speed either. And so like you get beat outside on the edges. This year the corners are long and lanky and they're fast. The D line just bullied Oklahoma State all day. And they were honestly, to me, it felt like once Oregon went up by 4 touchdowns, Gundy's whole approach was, I'm just going to run every single play to run the clock. Whatever it
Yeah.
takes, I'm running this clock and getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
go ahead, Bird. Go ahead.
This whole game's Gundy's fault. We heard the comments that he made to the Oregon, coaches, fans, establishment. Like, if you don't want to get the score ran up on you, you don't say things like that. Okay, it's just unprofessional in my opinion. What do you expect? Like, as an Oklahoma State fan, the people that were commenting on that podcast that you were on, Dunham, insane. They're expecting. They're like, oh yeah, Oklahoma State's gonna win. They had no chance. They had no chance back in July.
I knew this game was over on Tuesday when he said it. Like he was setting himself up.
It was over before Tuesday. Oklahoma State didn't have a chance 4 years ago in this game.
I think if they had Haas Haney, who was their starting quarterback, and he's a legit like track kid. He's a 10-1, 4-2, 4-3, 40. Like he's fast and can motor and changes the whole offense. This game would have been different, but since he broke his foot last week, and then their left tackle also got hurt the first play of the game, so that sucks. But as soon as you made those comments earlier in the week, like it's like, dude, Dan Lanning worked for Nick Saban. He's the ultimate, like, thank you for that rat poison. I'm putting it on the bulletin board. Thank you very, very much.
In my opinion, I kind of thought the comments were, minuscule to a set. Okay, like Dan Lanning just said, yeah, we spend money to win. And like using that as fuel to run up the score. I didn't really see it getting out of hand. And honestly, I didn't even expect like game day to talk about it. And here we go. We're talking game day before the game, and they're talking about these comments that Gundy made. I'm like, man, is this a bigger deal than I'm making it out to be? Like, because it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but it's just, to me, it's kind of a tale of two teams, right? Like you had Oregon. Like if we take a look at where Oregon was in like, let's even say like 2000, 2008, 2009, right? They were probably at the same level of Oklahoma State as far as talent-wise goes. Oklahoma State's a heartbreak away from going to the national title game in 2008.
They played in the Holiday Bowl in 2008, I think.
Yeah, so
Oregon won.
Oklahoma State, if they win the week before, they're in the national championship game. And then now Oregon spends money, gets all these recruits in. What the hell happened to Oklahoma State where they lost everything with one heartbreak? Like, they had Mason Rudolph and Chuba Hubbard. And at one point, I think they had didn't Des Bryant go there?
Yeah.
Like
Michael Crabtree was
Crabtree was Texas Tech.
Who am I thinking? Who went? Because they had Brandon Whedon and they had somebody else.
But this team used to have marquee wide receivers.
Yeah, this used to be the ultimate like Big 12 run and shoot.
Absolutely. And it just
Yeah.
has not been that in a long time.
No.
It
And
seems like.
and then on the
Crazy.
opposite side, Ohio State plays, what was it, Grambling this week?
Yeah.
And their coach is just like, you know what? We know what's gonna happen when we get to playing them, and we know we're gonna lose by 50 or more. And you know what? Fuck it, it's okay. Like Oklahoma State should have been okay with it.
His
It should have been the
comment,
same thing.
the Grambling coach's comment about the marching band was
That was so
hilarious.
great.
It
He's
was
like,
pretty good.
we might have a good battle between the bands. That's about it. Like, that's reading the writing on the wall. I love that guy. And
Yeah, like Gundy should have just been honest with the fans of Oklahoma State. We all knew, every college football fan knew that Oklahoma State was going to lose, whether they're spending $10 or $10 million on players. They were going to lose that game.
yeah,
Yeah, I
It
mean the
just-
spread was 28.5 for a reason.
and
And
I
thank
might
goodness
be-
it covered, because I bet on that one.
it did cover.
boy.
And I might even go out on a limb. I'm not sure if I'm ready to say it quite yet. I need to see them play somebody a little bit better, but Oregon just might be the best team in the country.
I certainly had that thought today too of like what if this is the Georgia team from like what was that 21, 22 when Oregon played them in Atlanta and they just boat raced Oregon. It was like 49-3 and everybody was like
They could
We
be that
suck.
team. Like Dante
Yeah.
Moore looks like the real deal. And it doesn't matter who they throw out there. He's got fucking 4.2, 4.3 speed, whoever they play.
Yeah.
A running back.
touching the
You could
ball.
you could throw the ball up there as high as you can. Somebody from Oregon's gonna catch it. So
Yeah. I think
I don't
that's
know. I was impressed with Oregon today. I was really impressed.
I think that's a perfect time to start heading into this Heisman Rise thing. Where do you guys think Dante Moore lands in that conversation?
He's top 10 right now.
Yeah,
I
I
would
mean-
say probably top 5. Who else is above him?
It's a good question, really. I don't like
I know he's top 10.
So early to say. So early to say.
I mean, that's why we're talking about it. Too early Heisman votes, man.
I
We
mean,
do.
I think Lenoris Sellers has a case right now
I would
to
agree.
be that
Yeah.
guy. I also think that Garrett
Beer
Nussmeier.
Bachmeyer. Go Cougs.
Throw him out there. Devin Dampier, Utah certainly could be in that conversation by the end.
I think by the end of the year, Devin Dampier is going to definitely be in that conversation.
God,
I would agree.
he is so fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
Dante today was 60 or 16 for 21 for 266 and 3 touchdowns, and he played the first half in a drive.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say Dante's in there.
DJ Legway's probably not in that conversation as much anymore. But if
No.
Florida starts
But
to go on a
Byron Brown
run,
is.
Byron
Byron-
Brown is
He should
in that
be.
tier.
If he's not, he's had
20 yards today
the
by
last 2
himself.
weeks, he's had 250 plus, over 80 rushing yards in both games, and at least a handful of TDs for sure.
and
I think Justin Haynes finds a way.
What
really,
about Nussmeier?
I
how was
I
his day?
mentioned Nussmeier. I think Nussmeier has a shot at it too, but also Jeremiah Smith had more receiving yards than Grambling State today. So
But it's Grambling State.
I flipped.
I don't
flipped
care.
over
but That's a Heisman stat right there. You have more receiving yards than the entire fucking team. That's a Heisman stat. Like if you're
flipped
gonna
over to
blow
that
a
game.
team out and pad your stats, that's a day to do it for your Heisman. Jeremiah Smith did that. Like
Yeah.
that is what you do if you want to win the Heisman.
I did text an Ohio State coworker today, and I said that man needs to get the ball 100 times today, because I flipped it over after he caught, I think, his first pass that went for 85 yards, and there's 3 Grambling dudes just chasing him. It looked like a
crazy.
game of tag on the playground.
Yeah, and he's legit as hell, man. Like he's
He's got 2 more years.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's the worst part. Is he has 2 more years.
Do you think he stays for the 2 years though? You think he enters draft?
He has to.
He'll enter the draft as a junior.
That's what I'm saying. He has this year,
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be stupid not to enter the draft. And Klubnik, I think, fell down another notch today.
God, they suck.
Kind of
today,
put him in
too.
that second tier. Well, they also had weather delays, but I think the weather delay also kind of saved their ass.
I agree. They came out flat.
So bad. It was odd. It's not the start I expected from Clemson. A seasoned team that brought back 85% of their starting offense to look like that has been weird. But, they could look like Clemson by week 6, week 7, and be in that top 5 team in the country conversation.
Yeah, they just got to get their timing and rhythm back because right now they have no rhythm in their offense at all, and Klubnik just can't create on the fly. Like, say what you want about Iowa's offense today, at least Gronowski was able to try and make something out of nothing. They're forcing him to drop back, and he's got 3 dudes in his lap, and he's just trying to make a play, and he has that capability to do so. They haven't had that in almost 4 years.
True.
So, like, Grant, like everybody's like, "Oh, he sucks." It's like, no, it's a system. We know it's the system, but he's doing what he can with it, and he literally kept Iowa in that football game, literally.
But he's not going to win the Heisman.
Oh, not even close. I don't think Rocco Beck finds his way in there either. He'll have a good year, but I don't think he's Heisman worthy.
So this was posted from Fox Sports as of August 31st. So obviously before today's games. Nussmeyer at plus 800, Sellers at 900, Carson Beck at plus 1200, Klubnik at 1400,
That's going down again.
Jeremiah Smith at 1500.
That's going
His
probably down now
good
after
game against Texas was
probably
atrocious.
300 yards.
And then Gunnar Stockton's on there.
I don't
And
know why.
Well, he's the quarterback at Georgia, and if Georgia wins the SEC, he by default has to be in the conversation.
They've also played 2 preseason games, so
dude, I saw a tweet today that said
they only won 28-6 today, as you can see down here.
Yeah, but
I mean, they had. I saw a tweet today that said Kirby Smart's coaching 2018. It's like, bro, they're playing Austin Peay. Like,
yeah.
What do you mean he's coaching like he's 2018? He's pissed off? Yeah, because they're not very good. There's no Brock Bowers here. There's no Lad McConkey.
Lad.
They're gone.
And then John Mateer, his stock has also risen after tonight. Threw for a touchdown, ran for another 2. I think he has, what I saw on the ticker was like 13 or 14 games in a row now with a passing and a rushing touchdown. Yep. Kid's legit. Like, I don't really see him being a stud at the next level per se, but he's got the tools to be a great college quarterback, and he's showing them off right now at Oklahoma. So
I'd be curious to see what their schedule, what they do when their schedule starts to get a little tougher.
Yeah, I mean, if they can run the ball like they did tonight and play good defense, that's a recipe for success in a lot of football games. So I think we should segue into our top 10 after Saturday's games.
Go ahead, Coach. I'll let you lead us off.
All right. So my number 1 team in the country at the moment is LSU, Louisiana State University. I still think that win against Clemson on the road in prime time just puts them above everybody else because everybody else has played cupcake-ish rather schedules minus Ohio State, but I don't think Texas is all they're cracked up to be either. I don't have the guts to drop Texas out of my top 10 yet. But LSU is my number 1 team. Then I go to Ohio State, and then I head over to Beaverton, Pennsylvania, whatever the hell they're called over there. I hate the Nittany Lions, but Drew Aller is an absolute monster. He is so good. Also should be in that Heisman conversation.
I would agree.
Like I watch him throw the football, and I just can't wait to watch him do it on Sundays because he looks like you're just prototypical. Let me draw this guy up in a lab. There he is.
Yep.
I love it. Oregon at number 4. I thought what they did to Oklahoma State today was rather impressive. I just need to see a little bit more from Oregon, but they could be the number 1 team. They looked like it today. They looked like a team that's out to win the national title, not just win the Big Ten. Like those dreams are done with and over. They've been accomplished. Now the number 1 goal is winning a national title. And if comments like that made Dan Lanning pissed off, I can only imagine how that one playoff game and done made him feel, and how that's going into their clubhouse right now. Georgia at number 5. They're taking care of business right now, but wow, is that going to be a fun game next week against Tennessee in Knoxville? Game day there. That's going to be a huge ass game and a good measuring stick for both teams. Because honestly, Tennessee's look pretty good too.
They have.
With Aguilar tossing the rock, the old college football trade quarterbacks moves working out for Tennessee, not working out for UCLA. But if Georgia beats Tennessee next week, they could for sure climb up these rankings in my book if they're going to go into Knoxville and knock off a team in prime time. Miami at number 6. They host South Florida next week. It doesn't seem like a big game for Miami, but it's a huge game for South Florida. And now Miami is probably going to prepare a little bit more than they would have in the past couple of weeks. Texas at 7. I know they didn't look great today, but that defense is still one of the best in the country. They have Arch Manning. He's going to figure it out. It's just going to take a little bit more time than those Longhorn fans want. But I do believe Arch Manning is a good quarterback, and he will figure it out. It's just going to take a little bit of time for him. Once he gets to 300, 400 reps, he's going to get there. But Texas needs to figure it out fast because they don't look good. They don't look good. Notre Dame at 8. I love the Fighting Irish. Best helmets in football outside of Michigan. And Jeremiah Love, they were idle this week. I love seeing that on the ESPN screen. I like that it's not a bye week. They just say idle. For some reason, that makes my heart happy. But I do love the Fighting Irish. And when they play, I think it's Texas A&M next week. When they beat Texas A&M, everybody's going to be on the same page as me. So lock it in already. Notre Dame's going to beat Texas A&M. Then at number 9, I have Clemson.
Not if I take Notre Dame.
Yeah, if Bird takes Notre Dame, I will have second thoughts. But for right now, I'm going to keep Notre Dame in my top 10. Clemson Tigers. I said at the beginning of the year, my bold prediction is that they go undefeated. Obviously wrong. But again, they returned too many offensive starters. Dabo, the talent's there. It's going to click at some point, and when it does, hopefully it's an ACC play and they start dominating again. So this doesn't look as shitty as it might in 3 weeks. And then my number 10 team is Illinois. I put them ahead of South Carolina today because what they did against Duke, in my opinion, was a little bit more impressive than what South Carolina's been putting out there. I think Illinois just, playing a close game in that first half, but I think great teams, when they're against an inferior opponent, really take off in that second half and just let the other team know, like, we're better than you, and we know it. They go global gym on their ass. So I appreciate Illinois doing that to Duke today because I had them on the money line. And Altmaier's really good. Bielema's a great coach, or Bielema, however you say his name. Bielema. It's close to bulimic, but he is definitely not bulimic. He is a big dude.
No, he likes to eat.
Yeah, like I would love to know what his favorite cheeseburger is near Champaign, Illinois, because he could probably give me some good options. But Illinois, super good team. They looked like the real deal today, even after I was kind of shitting on them at the beginning of the year. I was impressed to see them go into Duke and get a good win today. So that's my top 10.
I like it. All right, go ahead there, Bird.
There we go. I'm going to start off with Ohio State at 1. I I feel like they deserve to stay at 1, especially with the performance that Jeremiah Smith had today. There was no doubts that they were not winning that game, especially if they can continue with that type of offense. I think they figured some things out today and worked on some things that they were obviously struggling with against Texas in their phenomenal defense. And then number 2, Drew Aller, Penn State. They got to be number 2. I think they stay stagnant. They stay where they've been out for the last 2 weeks. Down to number 3, Nussmeier, LSU. Who did they play today? I don't remember.
They played
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech.
20,
Easy win for them as well.
4-7.
For most of the teams that I have in my top 10,
Should
except
come
for
across the bottom here.
Iowa State.
It's right there. 23-7.
LSU 23-7.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still an easy win. They still took care of business. And then we get down to Oregon. That's an obvious one, 69-3. Lundy, that's your fault. Oh well. Georgia at number 5. Carson Beck in Miami at 6. South Carolina at 7. I bumped Illinois up a little bit just because of their second half performance. I think they deserve to be awarded for that. Here's a hot take, just in the middle of my top 10. Mensa, Duke quarterback. How do we feel about him being in that Heisman conversation? I think
Won't happen because Duke isn't good enough.
Yeah. He's got to play a little bit better. Made some mistakes at the end that cost him. But I did
even
like.
if he's
I did
throwing
like
for
him a lot.
300 yards and 3 TDs a game.
I did like him a lot. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Back to it. Iowa State at 9. I feel like that could be a little controversial, especially with, their 3-point win over Iowa today. But this is also their second close win. I don't really care. Rocco Becht has just been dialed in the fourth quarter. I think that offense, if they have any other top 25 games coming up?
I assume that they play Baylor at some point. I think Arizona State's on their schedule.
I wouldn't hate
Utah's on their
seeing
schedule
that.
too.
I wouldn't hate seeing the Arizona State and Utah games, but for right now, I feel comfortable having them at 9, and then Florida State, back-to-back weeks, very good. Yeah, play it real quick. I know it's on there because of last week. Damn it!
I really thought about Florida State too. I thought Florida State looked really solid today again.
I mean,
played a directional school
after beating Bama and going from unranked to 14. Honestly, that offensive efficiency looked like a top 10 team again, 2 weeks in a row. What's the QB's name?
Tommy Castellanos.
Castellanos had another great day. Like, that's another kid we haven't talked about in this Heisman rise that has the potential, in my personal opinion.
I agree. I think
even though I hate saying that because they beat Alabama last week, but I don't think he's a really good quarterback. He's mobile. He's also thrown for 250 yards the last 2 weeks and had a few TDs running as well. So
I like Florida State. I think they have so much tradition there, and one of the coolest mascots in college football as well. And just like, college football is better when Florida State is good and not a shitter, in my opinion.
Yeah, like, we get the Florida State Miami rivalries back this year. It's back.
Well, the pros that have come out of Florida State, Dion, Randy Moss, like, so many studs have just gone to Florida State, and I know Randy Moss was only there for like a semester, but it counts. So it's it. I just like Florida State, and I think it's just better to have them good. It's nice to see some familiar names up here with a couple of new faces here and there, but Florida State being like one of those old faces and the program kind of rising from the ashes could be a really cool storyline the whole season.
I agree.
All right, Dunham, let's see your top 10.
All right, so I'm a little bit backwards from you guys. I still have Penn State at number one. This is still the best roster in college football, and I don't think it's close. I think Drew Aller's the best quarterback in this class. So for me, they're at number one, and I'm may or may not be setting up the stage for a number one versus number three here in 2-3 weeks. Okay, LSU at two. They get the benefit of the doubt. They looked really good beating Clemson. That didn't help that Clemson looked like garbage today. If you notice, Clemson's not in my top 10. They're gone.
As they should be.
Yeah,
They weren't in mine either.
Georgia at 4. This is just a placeholder at the moment. I don't think that they're a top 5 team, and I think that they probably get upset this week with Tennessee. I think that that's going to be one of my upsets between here and week 5. I got a couple of them down the pipeline that are coming. Ohio State at 5. Yes, Smith is a dog. Julian Sayin makes really dumb young man mistakes. He made some today that I was like, oh boy.
But he threw some really pretty balls too.
Sure.
They're not going down.
I'm moving them down. I'm moving them down.
Okay, you can move them down.
I'm gonna.
They still can't beat Michigan. That's all I gotta say.
And if Oregon Ohio State played right
Until
now, it'd be a really
this year.
good game, but I like my chances.
They're not going to beat Michigan this year.
Ooh, hot take. What's the line? Take it right now. Take it right now.
Probably
Ohio
like
State
6.5
minus
Ohio
35.
State.
Miami at 6. I don't love it, but they'll probably end up being the class of the ACC probably. Texas at 7. Arch Manning, don't love it. Steve Sarkisian, 7-win Sark for a reason. Always has been, always will be. Notre Dame at 8. They won't be 8 after this week. They'll be outside the top 10. Spreads at 6.5. Wrong team's favored. I'm taking them. So, Bird, don't even think about it. I'm taking the Aggies. I'm doing it. South Carolina at 9. Lenore Sellers. Sure, I like it. It's fine. Utah at 10. I'm doing it. I'm moving them all the way up. Devin Dampier, give them to me.
Wow.
I like this team a lot. I think that they're probably now the class of the Big 12 watching Arizona State play tonight. Utah is more complete on offense and defense. Arizona State has a lot of question marks all of a sudden. They didn't run the ball well tonight. And overall, they just don't feel like the magic team. Utah has that magic back in them that you're like, oh boy, I don't know if I want to go into the muss on a Saturday night in Rice-Eccles Stadium. I don't know if that'll be a good time. I'm not really sure. But I like them, and I'm going to put them in my top 10 for right now.
I think if we're looking at the state of where teams are at right now, I think it's a little early for Utah, but they're my pick to win the Big 12. I don't have any qualms against it. I think Illinois being left off is a little bit of a surprise for me because I know that you like Illinois as well.
They're right outside.
I was going to say they're probably your 11 or your 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Clemson, if you don't feel like they deserve to be in the top 10, I don't necessarily disagree with you guys. I just think that they have a better roster than a lot of these other teams, and they're waiting to put it together. And when they're a 4 seed in the college football playoff and playing for a national championship, potentially, we're all going to be thinking differently.
I agree. All right, boys, let's wrap this show up and put a little Mount Rushmore of college mascots out there.
I was just watching probably the number 1 overall pick in this, Donald Duck today. Loses his head last week, but wow, what a comeback with the whole Labubu shit. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
never down. Always come back. Always come back.
Like just a huge bounce back for the duck. And huge for that. So I think Mount Rushmore of mascots today should be good. How do we want to determine the order?
I was gonna
Dunham, do
ask
you want to
that.
go first? Because
Sure,
you
I'm
went
taking the
2 and
duck.
1. I went 1 and 2. Jaybird, what we could check on that BYU game real quick, see where we're at with the over
It's
under.
okay. It's okay. I know I
Yeah,
lost.
it's
I'm good.
24-0. So
No.
yeah, so
So I'm
10:35
first.
left, but there's a field goal attempt. Nope, Dunham's first, and he took the duck.
I'm taking the duck. Come on now.
I mean, I get it because you're a Duck fan. Like, if we're going off originality, that might be the worst fucking pick ever. I don't think that's a good pick.
What is your classification? Hold on.
man.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The
What?
most entertaining mascot in college football.
Okay, he's a good mascot. I just
Yeah.
think, like, if we're going
Number
off of
one.
originality, it's a fucking duck.
Yeah, and
Miami also has a duck. I'm just gonna
that's
clarify. You're going
ibis.
with the Oregon
Ibis
duck.
is different.
Okay, the Oregon duck.
Number
Oregon
one.
duck goes number 1. So
Number one.
101. Oregon duck. I love it.
Wait, are we like we're starting with our number 1, not our number 5?
Well, we only get 4. Mount Rushmore only has 4 faces.
My
Take a
bad.
geography class.
Your Adam
Okay,
State education
so
showing.
So
All right.
I'm pick 2 now, and then you'll get pick 3, and it'll snake back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Dartmouth. They have the keg.
Wow.
I should have known you were doing this.
I gotta go the keg. I'm sorry. That is the funniest, most college mascot ever. And if I was at the field and the other team had a keg as their mascot and he was chirping me, I'd be freaking pissed. I'd be freaking pissed. The keg sends so many messages. You can send whatever message you want. Like, do you want to have a good time? I'm here.
I'm so
You want to
sad
have a
that you.
shitty time? You don't
I'm
get
so
to be
sad
here.
that you took the keg at number 1.
So I'm taking the Dartmouth keg at 102 here. So Jaybird, you get 2 picks here.
So, for my first pick on my Mount Rushmore, I'm gonna go with Arizona State Sparky.
Ooh.
Very, very original. Okay, the Sun Devil. I mean, if you're looking for what Oregon's doing with, their mascot, it's not happening as much. But I just like the look of Sparky. I think he's a great looking mascot.
Yeah. He's kind of scary. Kind of gives me the willies, but
Shockers, baby.
And then coming back to me, I think my next one, just because I think he looks hilarious, I'm going to go Big Red, Western Kentucky.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Big Red's awesome.
I love it.
Do you want to speculate anymore on Big Red, or do you just want to let it be?
Nah, the look says it all.
It looks great on a baseball hat.
Might need to get one now.
I agree.
I think with my next pick, man, it's tough. There's some good mascots out there, and they are gonna get left off this list because at 102, I'm going with the Stanford tree. Because
I considered
that
knew
thing
that one was
looks
coming.
so ridiculous. Like it's so out there. It's an original mascot. Like it's a freaking clown on a tree for such a prestigious university, and it's just the goofiest looking mascot. So give me the Stanford tree.
I like it. I'm going to go with the most athletic mascot in America. Give me Cosmo the Cougar from BYU.
Oh
No!
Yeah. I was shocked you didn't take him.
You're not allowed to.
deal.
That was going to be my third. You're not
Nope.
allowed to fucking take it.
I did. Too bad. If you've ever seen videos of Cosmo doing crazy things, front flips, back flips, push-ups, that
I
are
didn't
like,
think anybody was gonna go Coug on me.
come on now, I'm smarter than that. I'm smarter than that.
God dang it, dude.
All right, go ahead, Coacher. Round 3. Oh no,
No,
Nah,
I'm
you,
up, eh?
yeah,
It's
you get to
you.
go again.
Oh boy, I
You're
get to go.
Yeah, you're third.
I'm gonna go with the West Virginia Mountaineer. Take
Ooh,
me back to the Appalachia Trail here. You want to talk about some crazy backwood people? Give me the Mountaineers. Can hunt, fish, mine for coal, willing to be gritty. I know they lost today. That's okay. That's not the Mountaineers' fault. That's Rich Rod's fault. That's a whole other ordeal. But give me the Mountaineer.
nice. I like it. So I'm kind of going a little off the grid here. I'm going Buzz, Georgia Tech.
I like it. I like it.
Seems to just always have a really big hit in those mascot kid football games.
Oh yeah.
Seems like Buzz is always laying the wood. So I like Buzz. It's a good looking bee. It's a good looking bee.
Back to Bird. With my third pick, this might be as a surprise, but I'm gonna go Nitro, UCF,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
all
good
all
one.
gold, all gold armor on horseback. That's got to be a scary fucking sight when you see that guy riding in. Okay,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah,
looks slick. It looks clean.
can't
Okay,
can't disagree.
and then I think the last one, we should all know what's coming.
I mean, I have a guess, but he's on my list too. I don't know if I want to give you an idea.
Big Al,
No, was not Big Al, but you're right. I should have seen that coming.
Big Al, Alabama,
I don't know. I
roll
didn't think of it.
Tide. Okay, I mean, I know there's a mascot, but what the fuck is Kalen DeBoer doing? They need to fucking get an elephant, a real live elephant, to march down that tunnel on college game day
You
next
know,
week.
Jay, you've had some stupid ideas in the past. This is not one of them. This is a great idea.
Thank you.
Could you imagine Kalen DeBoer coming in like Indian wedding style on
After
big ass
73-0 win.
on a big ass elephant, like just leading the team out?
Yeah.
You can't
Needs
pass the elephant. We're just gonna come stomp your ass. I love
fucking
that.
we're gonna roll Tide right through you.
And then a little mouse comes out and you get scared as shit. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I That's awesome. I'm gonna man, there's some real good mascots still on the board. And I think there's some good live mascots out there too, like Ralphie,
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Bevo,
Bevo.
like just some really the little dog, the bulldog for Georgia.
That
He's
dog is
awesome.
ugly.
Oh, hell no.
If
Hell no. That dog is awesome.
I'd take Rocky Top.
I take Smokey for sure.
Smokey.
I
Smokey's
love
a
me a
big
good
Smokey.
Walker Tree Hound. Love me a good hound.
golly. And then you obviously got Goldie Gopher, but God, he scares me sometimes too. Like, but I think with this pick right here, I'm gonna go with Pistol Pete, Oklahoma State. Just
Was on my board.
the big
Yeah,
ass, the big ass cowboy
That's a
head,
good one. That's a good one.
double pistols. Obviously, didn't get to shoot him off very much today, but Pistol Pete, pretty damn cool. Good mascot. Kudos to Oklahoma State. All right, round us off here, Dungum.
All right. I'm going to go with Osceola and Renegade, Florida State Seminoles. No better tradition in college football than lighting the spear and planting it at midfield. God, that's so awesome to watch.
Yeah,
And it's also like paying homage to the Seminole tribe that's in that area. And they're like, by all means, traditions, customs, go ahead. We love it. So that's my pick.
The Seminole. All right. Well, people, make sure that you let us know what mascots we left off the list or didn't mention. Because we know that there's tons of them out there. I'm glad none of us said that ugly ass Nittany lion. That thing is weird as hell.
Gross.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, don't forget, like follow, subscribe on all social medias, especially on the fucking TikTok because I got to do dances this week.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Nah, you're gonna
But-
crush it, Jaybird. You're gonna crush
Yeah,
it.
I'll just have some kids film me doing a TikTok in the gym or something. That's all right. We'll figure it out.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the midweeks for our picks. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for watching.
Later.